Hi, I'm Emma from Renshaw, and in today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to make the Ruffle Blossom technique. I've already covered a 6-inch round cake, and that's just using the baby pink Renshaw ready to roll icing, and I've covered the board in just Renshaw white icing. For the actual ruffle decoration, I've used spiral modelling paste, the white one, and I've mixed, that's a 250 gram pack, and I've mixed 75 grams of the pink into the floral modelling paste, and then that's this paste here that I've already mixed together. So what I'm going to do is don't try and roll all of this out because it'll end up really big, because we need to roll it really thin. So just take off a small amount. That back in the bag. Keep it well wrapped. And then just knead this. So I'm just pushing down with that part of my hand and then just roll it back. And then you just need to roll the paste really thinly, and this is what will give it the delicate effect. So just keep moving it on your board and turning it so that it doesn't stick. So now I've just got a small cutter, it's about 1 to 1.5 inches, and then I'm just going to cut as many discs out as I can. So I find this easiest if you just do it in rows all the way along. And then if you position it in between the other two, and then you'll get as many as you can out of it then. So once you've got as many as you can out of that piece, I'll just take away that excess. Pop that straight back in the bag, move the other. Keep it well wrapped. And then I've got another little drip seal bag, and I'll just gather all these up together. And just pop them in the bag so they stay nice and fresh. Okay, so I've got my first disc, and what I'm going to do, I've got a cell stick here, and I'm using this pointed end, and then you're just going to over that edge, so you're just on the outside of it, and you're going to roll it backwards and forwards. All the way around. You can see it's becoming frilly all the way around the outside of it. And then I have this foam former, so you see it's got all these little pockets in it, and I'm just going to pick that little disc up and I'm just going to push it in, and with that end of my cell stick just pop it in like that, and then it becomes more closed. And then with all the other ones that you've just cut out, you just have to repeat that process until you've got them all complete. So what I would do is I would complete all those, and depending how many I've got, could start sticking those on, or I can just complete that and then we'll start sticking them on. It depends how fast you work. If you work faster, then you can complete more of these, because we don't want to let these completely dry. We want to just let them firm up, and then we can stick them to the cake. So I'm just holding the cell stick in this hand quite loosely, just keeping it in place, and then with this hand I'm just rolling it. That's what's giving it the movement, and this hand doesn't really move. now that I've cut out all the discs and filled them all out and letting them dry in this foam former, and one thing I'd like to just explain is that if you've not got these tools at home, you can always use, instead of the cell stick, you can use like a kebab stick skewer, and then just rolling it backwards and forwards, same as you would as I've shown with the cell stick. I've just snapped off the end just because it's it just makes it easier to handle. You don't want a big long stick getting in your way. And then you can use something of a similar shape to this, whatever you've got at home, just while they set up a little bit, and then we're ready for the next bit. Okay, so the next stage is to start finishing off the cake. So what I've done here is I've just put a little bit of edible glue around the base. I'm just going to put a ribbon around the base of it, so wherever your back is, start there so it's out of the way. And then how I put a ribbon on is I just tend to turn with my right hand, and then my left hand stays in the same position, and then you should get a nice level ribbon then, and you won't have to take it back off and adjust it. So for the top we need some edible glue, and a paintbrush, and just dab a little bit on and then just take off the excess. We don't want too much on, and then just dab that on. So I'm going to start in the middle and work my way out in a spiral. So these are still quite soft, so if they're completely set they just start to break when you put any pressure on them. So I'm just going to build that round. And you can get them quite close to each other, and then because they are quite soft, you can manipulate them a little bit so that you can't see the cake underneath. Just carrying on putting them on in a spiral fashion. And then just lift that one up. Slot it in. And then put one in there. And then see what that looks like. And I think just to break it up a little bit with just a few, just need to close that in a little bit. Maybe have a few coming down. And if you wanted to, you can cover the whole cake, which is what I've done on a recent cake I've done, and that was like a pink layer with metallic, and then a peony on the top, which is really cute. And there we go, I'm going to let that set, and that is the Ruffle Blossom technique.